A section of the N2 near Grabouw informal settlement in Cape Town has been closed due to protests in the area. Residents have taken to the streets, apparently having heard that they're going to be evicted. Our reporter Athi Mtongana is tracking the story for us. Let's take you live to Athi. Athi, good morning. Firstly, give us a sense of what's happening where you are. Of course, in picture, we're also seeing that some buildings are on fire. How did that happen?
That's correct, Kathy. A very good morning to you. We are standing at the traffic department here in Grabouw, and I must mention that this is not the first time where the traffic department has been set alight due to protest action in the area. But to take you to today's event, from the early morning hours, residents obviously, they had talks. Talks were going on the streets that a newly formed informal settlement here would be put down. Hearing from residents and the community leaders, that informal settlement was built from March this year, and so residents were hearing that they will be evicted. And from what the community leaders are saying, that piece of land in which residents decided to erect some structures is state-owned land. We're yet to confirm this, though, because obviously the talks of them being evicted clearly shows that that piece of land, that they've occupied it illegally.
Athi, as we speak, where are the protesters currently?
Right now, the protesters are being addressed by their leaders. We know that Ses'khona People's Rights Movement, Andile Lili, has arrived. He's been addressing the residents. And one thing that I must mention in what he was telling the people is that they must defend with their lives their homes that they decided to erect in that piece of land. So basically, they've gathered on the side where their community leaders are addressing them. We know that there's also a whole lot of them that are actually standing in front of their homes, saying that whatever comes, they'll take it, and they'll be defending their homes with their lives.
Athi, let's talk about the building behind you that's still on fire. You say that it's a traffic department that's been targeted. Why have protesters specifically decided to set that building alight?
Like I mentioned to you, Kathy, earlier on, that this is not the first time that the traffic department has been set alight due to protest action in the area. So in cases like this, where protest action is basically ensuing in communities like this, it's because residents are saying that they want their voices to be heard. So they do whatever they can to get the attention of authorities. And I must say that they have gotten the attention of authorities. There are police who have basically blockaded the N2. We've seen SAPS and we've seen Metro Police. So this is their way of saying this is what we are saying, and that we're saying we won't be moving from where we've built our new homes.
Given that it's not the first time you say it's been targeted, was it still operational?
Yes, it was still operational, Kathy, but we can't confirm whether or not there were workers inside the traffic department. But from the looks of things, no one was injured. But as you can see, the building is still surely but slowly getting destroyed.
And how extensive has that damage been there this morning? Was the equipment inside that, of course, has now been affected by this fire?
Everything inside the traffic department has basically been destroyed. We went in to see basically all of it. As you can see right now, it's basically basically all the equipment that's inside is basically now destroyed, and there seems to be some commotion on the other end of the traffic department. We know that a car has also been set alight within this vicinity.
Athi, any efforts by officials there to not only try and contain that fire, the traffic department, but also prevent protesters from starting more fires?
At this point, Kathy, no, because we are inside the premises and there's basically no police officers are on the site. But we can say that basically residents are around the area, and police are basically making sure that all the cars that are traveling on the N2 are safe by blockading the roads. At this point in time, authorities are not in this particular area, and so.
And what about the cars of the traffic officials? You tell us about a car being set alight. Who exactly does this car belong to?
At this point, we can't confirm whose car that belongs to, but we can tell you that the car had been set alight in the early morning hours when the protest began.
And of course, roads leading up to that area have been completely closed off this morning, Athi?
That's correct. Most of it, majority of the road, it is the N2.
All right, that's where we leave it for now. Our reporter, Athi Mtongana, she's in Grabouw. That's where service delivery protests are taking place this morning.